Zebra Family channel. If you have not subscribed, please click the like button, share and subscribe. It's free. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are around the world. This is Zebra Family channel. We are here today to talk about African Americans who visited Burkina Faso to meet the president of Burkina Faso, Torres. It was exciting to see African Americans going to Burkina Faso after a warning that they were warned that they shouldn't go there. They were receiving calls left, right, and energized to go down to Burkina Faso and meet the president of Burkina Faso. Everything was arranged by the embassy of Burkina Faso in America. A lot of people have been calling them left, right, center. Are you sure, guys, you want to go to Burkina Faso? There is war in Burkina Faso there. Because a lot of things that we consume in the social media, most of them, they are garbage. Some, they are useful, and a lot of garbage that is being consumed in social media. So you have to pick what you think is good and leave what you think is not good. Because the way Africa is being portrayed on social media, it's a lot that has been said about Africa, and most people who have visited Africa have realized that this is not what they consume in the social media. I have met a lot of people. There's another channel in South Africa called The Really South Africa, whereby a lot of Americans who didn't know, where they used to hear about South Africa, Mandela and everything, but they've never been in Africa. And immediately they visit South Africa, they were surprised to see that this is a different picture that they had on social media that they have been consuming for the longest time in their life. Because if you want to damage a human being, you first start in his brain. You damage the brain. You can tell the lies. As long as you tell the lies repeatedly, it ends up being believed. Somebody will tell you an apple is an orange, and keep repeating it, an apple is an orange, an apple is an orange, and you'll start to believe what this person is telling you. So it's exactly what people consume on social media about Africa. But the way the African Americans were received by President Torres, they were surprised and they really enjoy being in Burkina Faso. And that is the story of Africa. It had so bad that sometimes we consume things that are really not necessary on social media, and there are some very good things that we can consume in social media. I really, really, really applaud Dr. Argan for taking African Americans to Burkina Faso, and it's where they belong, because every black person belongs to Africa. It's just that when you grow up overseas and you are born, you've never seen the outside world, how it looks like, more especially Africa. Because of the picture that is painted about Africa, you end up believing everything they will tell you on social media, because less is taught about Africa overseas. Only thing that we know, we saw Donald Trump calling Africa shitholes and all these kind of things, saying, because it's where they get all these gloomy, glossy things in overseas, whereby a lot of gold is in Africa. Africa is rich, diamonds, all mineral resources that you can think of, they are found in Africa. But it's the poorest continent because it's made to be poor.
I would like to say thank you so much to the great and wonderful people of Burkina Faso. We are here to show our support to the great nation, the great republic of Burkina Faso, for the work that you all have done, the suffering that you have been through to fight for your freedom. That you have done, and I would like to say, on behalf of the African diaspora from all over the world, congratulations for the job well done. Congratulations for the mission having been accomplished. So we are here because we have been working with your amazing embassy in Washington, D.C. I must start by wanting to thank them for the work that they have done. Honestly, if I may address President Ibrahim Traore, you have an amazing team in Washington, D.C. Burkina Faso is well represented. I must honestly start by saying many of us were being called and being cautioned, are you sure you want to go to Burkina Faso? And I can tell you, the more they called us, the more they warned us about going to Burkina Faso, the more determined we were to come to Burkina Faso. Because what other country in Africa has done, what has been done in Burkina Faso, what has been done in Niger, what has been done in Mali. This is the new Africa. This is the revolution Africa has needed. And you guys have picked up where Thomas Sankara left. Yes. And you are showing us the way. Why on earth would we not come to support you? We want you to know that we feel you, that we hear you. We are here to support you, and we are all in, fired up and ready to go. Investment? Yes, ma'am. Entrepreneurship? Yes, ma'am. You name it, we are here to join hands with you to build the Burkina Faso we want, to build the Africa that we want. That's our mission, and that's why we're here.
I am moved and very happy to see you here in Burkina Faso. Since the SNC events, it is more than a pleasure that you chose to come here to Burkina.
Que vous ayez choisi de venir ici au Burkina. On vous a sûrement dit que c'est un pays.
They surely told you that it is an unvisitable country. They told you that it's death here. It's war. There is only negative things, and Burkina is called black. That here, only blood and weapons flow. That's what is said elsewhere.
Que le sang, les armes, c'est ce qui se dit ailleurs. Dieu merci, vous êtes bien arrivé.
Thank God you arrived safely. You were able to be in Bobo Dioulasso. You've lived with us. Our culture is what binds us Africans.
Nous, Africains. Vous avez pu communier avec beaucoup d'autres nationalités qui sont venues.
You were able to commune with many other nationalities who came to celebrate with us. Everything went very well. Now you are in Ouagadougou, and I hope that you are very well received, very well housed, and that you managed to commune with your brothers here. This is an important message that you are sending to everyone. And now you will be the ambassadors of this message when you are at home. That Burkina is very friendly. We live in Burkina Faso. What they want to make people believe is not Burkina. This is what they draw to get people to flee Burkina, and they depict all of Africa like that. For them, Africa is misery. Africa is famine. Africa is war. But it's them who are responsible for this war. We need to unite, but they have always been there to divide us, to be able to reign on us through slavery. Our ancestors experienced it, and until today, we have it fed up in our flesh, but it continues. Our great people were deported, tortured, and again when they had their war, we supported them, but they paid us in monkey money. Others were killed when they tried to stake their claim. Several of them died in their village as a result of the war. Never recognized the work of the African. Our mission is first of all to awaken Africa and do better, so that you from the diaspora can make people understand what Africa is. When I see you united in this association, I feel even more proud because that's all we are asking for today. Our fight is to be able to unite, because united we are strong, divide we are weak. They have always worked to divide us, so I urge you to spread the message so that Africa can unite it. We have been lucky or unlucky enough to live through war for several years, and at some point, we had to say enough is enough, that we are fed up. We have taken our responsibilities, and we realize today more than ever that we were right to take our responsibilities. Because these armies that were installed here were never able at any time to monitor our territory, to see the terrorists who came to kill us and leave with all the means they had when we asked them to leave. Today, we were able to acquire an array of means that allow us to wage our war and ward off the threat and contain it. I would say we were able to equip our forces and replenish our armies. They don't necessarily like it, and they will create other schemes, but we are here and we will stand.
What do you think, family, about everything that Dr. Arikana did and the way the president of Burkina Faso welcomed the African Americans in Burkina Faso? And please comment, like, share, and subscribe. This is your channel, family. I love you all. Ngintanda ngothando luka love. Gitigini, bravo, bravo.